What's up, football fans? I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our 2 latest book releases, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? Visit our website at footballgameplan.com/books and get your copies today.
Starting with the Ravens in this ball game, they have to stay disciplined on the perimeter. They can't allow Michael Vick to get outside that tackle box. Otherwise, he can do a lot of damage. And I would keep it consistent down at A and B gap offensively in the running game. I think they can run downhill versus Pittsburgh, and they also have to get that running game going. And if I'm Baltimore, I'm working the screen game versus an aggressive front 7 in Pittsburgh. You want to get those backs out in space, allow them to make one miss, and pick up yards in chunks to help this offense get going. And if I'm the Steelers in this game, you want to keep this aggressive Ravens defense on the move, left to right, make it a horizontal game, and I think that's how they can have some success offensively. You want to play the run on the way to the quarterback until the Ravens prove that they can run the football with a level of consistency. I would get extra aggressive in your gap assignments and playing downhill. You want to play above the rim on the outside. I think they can win some 50-50 balls, some one-on-one matchups with their receivers. Doesn't matter what height they are. They can win those battles on the outside versus those Ravens corners. So I would attack them vertically down the field with those wide receivers.
It's going to be important this week for the Pittsburgh Steelers to get Michael Vick in a groove in the passing game very early. And I'm going to show you one play they can utilize to probably get him on the move from the +40 going in. Showing what we're talking about here, you know you have number 7 right there in the pocket. Everyone will respect his speed. Even at this point in time in his career, they still have to respect his running ability. So this is why I think this is a good play. What we're going to do is try to get the football to Antonio Brown, put Heath Miller in the mix as well by showing run action this way. So you know that's going to hold backers. It's going to allow these linemen to combo and just kind of maintain the line of scrimmage. We want this guy to base up on that 5 tech. And what we're doing with the backer and the tight end, since we're showing the fake here to the running back, you want this tight end to stem up, get a good chip on that 5 technique, work up to the safety, and break to the corner. What you're doing with your 2 guys at the top of the bunch is working up to the post, and he's working out, trying to split the safety and the corner and put the nickel back in the bind. But these guys aren't involved in the play. You really want to make this a 2-man route with the 3rd option being Michael Vick taking off, because he's booting out on the naked boot. And at the snap of the football, that's why you put Antonio Brown right here tight to the line of scrimmage. You want him to haul tail across the formation. So as Michael Vick faces to the running back and bellies out to boot on the boot action, he's going to either see Antonio Brown or he's going to see Heath Miller. And the 3rd option, again, being him running the football. This guy follows the back. It makes it even easier. Now you have a 2-on-1 situation, depending on what the safety does. Even if the corner takes the crosser and the safety takes the flag, Michael Vick has no one out there to cover him because the back has decided to go and chase the running back. But if the backer decides to stay and chase Vick, now you have it easy, because you know you have your built-in hot route right there. Vick could dump it off. If he has time, only if he has time, you can hit that post clearing back across the middle of the field heading toward the goal post. So I believe this is one play they can utilize. Not only takes advantage of Michael Vick's athleticism, it puts Antonio Brown quickly going across the formation as a safety valve, and you're involving your all-pro tight end Heath Miller in the passing game as well. So this is one way they can help Michael Vick ease into the passing game once they get inside the 40.
Opening the Ravens playbook, it's about contain. They can't allow Michael Vick to get outside the pocket. Otherwise, he can do a ton of damage. You see right here, earlier in the season, they faced Oakland. Derek Carr is a mobile guy. They sacrificed gap integrity. He got outside of contain and was able to pick up yards. This can't happen versus a guy like Michael Vick because he's a lot faster, a lot more mobile. He can definitely pick up those yards in chunks, so they have to make sure they remain gap sound versus Michael Vick.
My X factor for the Ravens is the running game. It's really time that Mark Trestman gets the running game going. Buck Allen, Justin Forsett, Lorenzo Taliaferro, these are guys that can run the football. They just need to do it. notice some unbalanced formation where they have 5 blockers on 4 defenders. They need to take advantage of that, run that stretch play, and allow Forsett to get through the line and get the ball downfield for the explosive plays that they need to be able to make. At the same time, my X factor for the Steelers is Le'Veon Bell. He's back. He's a do-it-all running back. And with Michael Vick at quarterback, they're going to stick to that core offense. But Le'Veon Bell is one of the best runners of the football and best catchers of the football. So he will make things a little bit easier for Michael Vick. They need to hook up with him, motion him to the slot, allow him to catch the ball out the backfield on the Texas routes as well. Le'Veon Bell, X factor for the Steelers. I have the Steelers winning this game 17-14 in a tough AFC North battle.
If I'm coaching Baltimore, I'm going to find a way to get more exotic in my blitz packages. Allow us to get more pressure on the quarterback and give the ball back to our offense that seems to have a problem sustaining momentum. If I'm Pittsburgh, I'm not panicking that Michael Vick is now in the game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to allow his talents to shine in our spread offense by getting the ball to the running back still, but then letting him be magical when he has the opportunity to. Remember, he's a stopgap until Ben Roethlisberger gets back. So I could be a little bit more reckless with how I use him, knowing that I don't need him to be my quarterback forever. I think if they do that, Pittsburgh's going to come out on top. I like the score to be 24-17.
Terrible injury for Ben Roethlisberger last week, but Michael Vick was signed for a reason. As far as a home start for Pittsburgh, I'm going with Antonio Brown. Until otherwise on notice, he has to be started every week. As far as a sit, I'm going with Heath Miller. The Ravens have done a great job against opposing tight ends this year. And a way to start, I'm going with Joe Flacco. They're going to have to try to put up points to try to prove that they can make things happen. And the passing game's been the way to do it. As far as a sit, until otherwise on notice, Justin Forsett and any of those running backs are sit-ems. A sleeper in this one is Michael Vick. I'm intrigued to see how they're going to use him, considering the fact that he still has some mobility. As far as the final score, I'm going to go with the Ravens pulling this one out 26-23.
I like the Ravens in this ball game. Yes, the Steelers are still a very good football team, and yes, Michael Vick is still a solid quarterback, but the fact that you lose that continuity with Roethlisberger being gone on a short week, I think Baltimore will be able to run the football, take advantage of that defensively, and come away with their first victory. Now let's recap our picks. We're split on this one. Gene and Teron are going with the Steelers. Chris and I are picking the Ravens. Should be a great AFC North battle nonetheless. I also want to give a huge shout out to Raven fan forums and Steeler fan forums for always showing football game plan support.